This podcast is powered by the pros at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPaschal.com.
Coach, less than a year you've been on the job, yet you all win the women's indoor and outdoor national championship. I love how immediately you credited your players and your staff. What did it take to get this done less than a year on the job?
Well, I think it's just taking a combination of everybody working together. Obviously, you got to recruit the talent, and I thought we did a good job in the recruiting and working the portal to get the right athletes in place. And then it's just working the job day in and day out and understanding what it's going to take to be successful. And obviously, I've been around some successful teams as an assistant, but as a head coach, being able to hold everyone together, work together, and be able to go out and make it happen over a span of time. So, not easy, but obviously having an understanding of what it's going to take is very, very helpful, and fortunate enough to have the right athletes in place. And obviously they were hungry and eager to go out there and perform to the very best of their abilities, and I think they accomplished that.
Coach, first of all, congratulations on the national championship. Secondly, I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of track meets live and made an appointment to do it, but I flipped over from baseball last weekend to catch that first 400-meter race where y'all finished 1, 2, 3, 4. It brought me to my feet. What was your emotions like in that moment, knowing you needed those points, knowing where you were at in the standings, and how that catapulted you to have the opportunity in that final 400-meter relay? What was going through your mind and your emotions when you got the super sweep in the 400?
Well, obviously before the race, a bit stressful because obviously you just worry about the little things. We knew we had the talent. We knew we had the ability to go out and do it. But obviously you got to stay in your lane. You got to execute the race the right way. And you got 4 of them. So you're concerned about each and every one of them being able to go out and get it done on that day at that time and do it the right way. So not necessarily concerned about the talent, but obviously just the little bit of things and the execution. And they understood the assignment. We talked about going 1 through 4 that morning. And we knew we was going to need that, and we were going to have a chance to win a national title.
Yeah.
So we needed those points really, really bad. They understood that, and they went out there and gave it their best.
So you get to that final 400-meter relay, and you need to finish third or better to win the national title. Now, that had to be nerve-wracking. I just kept saying to myself, don't drop the baton, don't drop the baton. Y'all ran away with it, but what was your self-talk like in that final 3 minutes and 17 seconds?
Well, we talked to them. We understood it. I guess fortunately and unfortunately, we experienced, we got a disqualification in the indoor. But obviously, we didn't need that to win the national title. So we understood that it's a real thing to be DQ'd or something can go awry, if you will. So we just talked to them about taking care of the stick, staying in their lane, and staying free and clear. Obviously, if you go 1 through 4 in the 400, the expectation to go out and win the 4x4, it has to be there. But it's not necessarily about do we have the talent to win the race. It's about being able to do all the little things that we've practiced to get the stick around, and we did that in successful fashion. And to go out there and run 4 seconds faster than our own collegiate record was nothing short of impressive.
Coach Chris Johnson's our guest on the McCarty Daniel Hotline, the latest national champion here on campus at the University of Arkansas women's track and field coach. Coach, you had to beat Florida out, not just in the outdoor, but indoor too. I wonder, we always talk about the competition in football and baseball and basketball and softball. If you could explain how difficult it is, not just to compete for a national championship, but what it's like in conference events for y'all and for recruits as well.
Track and field in the SEC is the best. So it's that much of like football or basketball, even baseball, if you will. And I think we had 5 or 6 teams finish in the top 10. So everybody's recruiting the same kids. Everybody's trying to go after the same young ladies and young men. So you're battling that. And obviously everybody has something that's good for their university. The coaches are good. You got the best coaches in the country. I mean, we fell a little short at the SEC meet because we didn't execute as well as we should. And if you blink, you will miss in the SEC. That's what it is. And so it prepares you, but it's definitely a task to be able to continue to stay on top of the heap, if you will, in the SEC. And you're challenged every day, day in and day out, about just holding the standard. And Arkansas has a different standard than most universities as it pertains to track and field. And it's just our job to try to uphold that standard and make the Razorback Nation proud.
Yeah, and Coach, talk about that standard set forth first by John McDonnell, Lance Harder, and just other great student athletes, men and women, that have stepped on that campus. You've now set your own standard. Year one, you won 2 national championships. How do you maintain that standard moving forward?
Well, I think it goes with, number one, having a great staff. You're not doing it by yourself. So I think that's important, having great resources. And the University of Arkansas and the administration have provided that. And just to be steadfast. I mean, to have a national championship team, who's to say you're going to have a national championship team year in and year out? Because it takes an accumulation of a lot of things for that to happen. And it's not that easy. So understanding that we got to continuously grind, continuously try to go out and recruit the best kids. And then you got to get a little lucky. Things got to happen. You know, you got to stay away from injury and things of that nature. And keep the athletes engaged and working together, you know. And in today's climate, that's not so easy. And so there's a lot of distractions. You got NIL, you got this, you got that.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Yes. It was a lot of fun for me to watch. I now have a greater interest in your sport and watching your team moving forward, just for watching those couple of races and watching that national championship. Congratulations to you and the ladies on your team, and we look forward to more success with your program moving forward.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for Razorback Nation for the continued support of women's track and field.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.